information and communication technology possesses the power to transform every aspect of a country's development. In this regard, the government of Guyana has taken several moves toward improving the ICT services of Guyana. On this episode of Government in Action, we take a look at the policies and programs that are being implemented, which are designed to transform Guyana into a technologically advanced nation. President David Granger's vision for a nation which allows all Guyanese to have access to information has been one of the key priorities of his administration's push for the good life for all Guyanese. On the most recent episode of The Public Interest, the President spoke about the expansion of basic services to outlying regions in the country, including ICT services.
It is critical because although we have a huge number, about 600,000 mobile phones in Guyana, there are many areas which are outside of where communication is not possible. There are no telephones, there are no newspapers, there is no cell phone contact. So we are extending that. As you can see, the Department of Public Information, DPI, has opened radio stations. And we will continue to extend it until every part of Guyana can be accessed, not only in terms of television and telephone, but also other forms of communication, radio and so on. So it is very important, and that's one of the reasons why I made that change, to set up a Ministry of Public Telecommunications.
In this regard, the Ministry of Public Telecommunications has a packed agenda. Established at the beginning of the year, the mandate of the ministry is to enhance the ICT services of the country while focusing on all aspects of the digital economy, including public telecommunications and information technology. As such, moves such as the recent passage of the Telecommunications Amendment Bill 2016 proved to be significant advancements in bringing Guyana up to par with the rest of the world in the area of information technology. On the eve of the passage of the Telecommunications Bill in the National Assembly last month, Minister of Public Telecommunications Mrs. Catherine Hughes said that the bill serves as a breakthrough for the telecommunications sector in Guyana. The minister added that the government recognizes the impact that the telecommunications sector has on the advancement of economies and societies around the world.
This bill establishes a modern regime which takes account of international best practices and tried and tested regimes. It draws particularly from laws and experiences in our sister CARICOM countries, including Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, and the OECS countries. It will be supplemented by significant, detailed regulations in 7 areas: licensing and spectrum allocation, authorization, pricing, spectrum management, interconnection and access, universal access service, telecommunications-related competition matters, and telecommunications-related consumer protection matters.
The bill will not only help to bring to fruition President Granger's vision of a new regime for a liberalized and competitive telecommunications sector, but will also bridge the communication gap currently experienced by those living in far outlying areas such as the hinterland regions. In June this year, the government signed on to an ICT needs assessment project to be conducted in the hinterland communities and other rural areas. The project aimed to assess what infrastructure, technical capacity, and legal framework is already established or would be required in those areas. During brief remarks at the ceremony of the signing of the contract, Minister Hughes said that Guyana is indeed behind with regard to ICT, which results in the inability to meet the demands of various fields of endeavors.
Guyana needs to become more familiar and to use the technology as part of everyday life. And without improved broadband access, the statistics show that countries will not develop to the level we want them to develop.
The minister noted that the Needs Assessment Project, which is funded by the Guyana Red Plus Investment Fund, will also help to bridge that gap by evaluating the country's ICT needs.
When this government took over the reins of statehood last year, one of the first promises President Granger made was to ensure that our technologies would be brought up to par with the rest of the world.
Another implementing agency which focuses on the advancement of ICT is the EGovernment Agency, which provides support to the ministries and government agencies so as to enable them to provide government services to citizens on an interconnected database. Chief Executive Officer of the agency, Mr. Floyd Levi, explained that the agency's first task was to operationalize an e-government network which spans from Charity in the Pomeroon-Supernam region to Skeldon in the East Berbice Quarantine region. He said that plans to extend this network to communities in the hinterland have begun and are expected to be executed next year. This network, which will therefore allow sensitive information to be shared among government agencies, therefore requires utmost security measures so as to prevent loss or intrusion. As such, Mr. Levi stated that cybersecurity becomes an extremely important aspect of the agency's operations.
So we have established here at the government agency a cybersecurity department, and we've taken the necessary steps to ensure, as part of our operationalization process, taking the necessary steps to ensure that we have put all security measures in place. The devices, the policies, the routine inspections and so on, we have those in place to not only to prevent, but also to detect if there is ever to be an intrusion.
So far, the key ministries with which the e-government agency is involved are the Ministry of Public Security, the Ministry of Education, and the Ministry of Public Health. The agency is currently working on providing a framework for these ministries to become interconnected so as to deliver services across the country more efficiently. Such projects include the expansion of the closed-circuit television camera services with the Ministry of Public Security and working with the Ministry of Public Health to provide an interconnected database for major hospitals around the country.
First of all, the Ministry of Education has to do curriculum development and delivery. They have lots of educational material that needs to be disseminated to all of the schools. So this is now going to be done digitally across the government network. All of the books, all of the training material have already been prepared in a digital format. So with the government network and connections to schools, students and teachers who are actually doing the delivery of the content will be able to do it in a manner prescribed by those educators who are responsible for developing this package.
My name is Ish Singh. I'm working with the EGov unit as a senior ICT engineer, involved on the project to connect secondary, tertiary, and technical and vocational institutes across Guyana. We're bringing these projects together, these facilities together to support school children access to internet and electronic resources across the educational sector. We have a mandate to work with the Ministry of Education to connect 124 secondary schools, which will see the benefits going to electronic testing at CXC and submission of SBAs and marking of same by teachers across the Caribbean and locally in Guyana.
So as to ensure the efficiency and digital literacy of engineers who would be involved in the rollout process of expanding ICT services, the agency is also looking toward the establishment of a Center of Excellence in Information Technology, which will be based at the University of Guyana. Mrs. Kim Lawrence Craig, coordinator of the CEIT, said that the unit will offer specialized training services to ICT officers. She stated that the main objective is to improve the skills of ICT personnel working with government agencies who will be responsible for helping to make government services more ICT friendly. Mr. Levi said that the sole aim of the agency is to make Guyana into a digital society where the needs of Guyanese can be met and to take services to far outlying areas.
So the vision really is for us to have an equitable distribution of ICT so we can all enjoy the benefits of digital citizenship here in Guyana. And, people always ask, what does that really and truly mean? It means that whatever our vocation is, whatever our chosen field is, whether it's education, whether it's farming, whether it's industry, whether it's mining, whether it's forestry, that we can use ICTs to do whatever we intend to do much, much better than we're doing it right now.
The agency is also involved with several other ICT-related projects, among which also includes an online reporting network that citizens can air their concerns to various government agencies, as well as an online visa issuance program with the Ministry of Citizenship. Guyana ranks as number 114 among 167 countries listed in the 2015 United Nations ICT Development Index. The index measures the infrastructural access, capability, and ICT performance of various countries. This is the lowest rank in the region, in comparison to countries such as Barbados, which ranked at number 29, and Trinidad and Tobago, which ranked at number 70. For Guyanese, improved ICT services means greater opportunities as it enhances every sector of development. It will provide better education, more employment opportunities, easier access to information, new communication methods, new industries, among other benefits. In the not-too-distant future, with these strides being made in the development of the ICT sector of Guyana, Guyanese will indeed be able to have unlimited access to information like other parts of the world. This is Jasmine Payne. Thank you for joining us.